So Donald Trump stepping up his deportation of illegals and criminals. Even DHS Secretary Kristi Noem joined in the raids in New York City this morning. It was a big wow. Joining me now, Emily Compagno, co-host of Outnumbered on Fox News and author of Under His Wings. Thank you, Emily. It's interesting to me how fast this is developing. I mean, the numbers are very good. 7,300 deportations in Trump's first week, over 1,000 per day. Under Biden last year, when he finally got a little bit of religion, there were only 300. What do you make of it?
And the statistics on the other side, Larry, that show a frankly historic impact immediately, a 94+ % decrease in illegal border crossings. The point is, this is working for the message it's sending. And I have to say that the other message that it's sending is that this was well thought out, well prepared for, and well organized, right? This isn't just some whimsical, immediate President Trump's in office and now we're going to start executing his orders. The reality is that we are benefiting from the people who are holding these decision-making capacities and in these execution positions that are benefiting from their decades worth of experience. That's what we get to benefit from right now.
You're referring to Tom Homan.
Yes.
And others, perhaps. But
exactly.
He's been the tip of the spear.
Yes.
And he's very good. I mean, he's a good communicator in his own way, right? He's an old-time guy, but he's been in there fighting for I don't know how many decades. And you can see it's easy for him to roll up his sleeves and get this stuff done. I got some more numbers if it matters. ICE raid arrests over 3,500 in Trump's first week, and apparently 1,000 more just today.
Right, one of which who had been convicted for setting fire to and murdering his wife in front of other members of the family. The show is not long enough to detail the sort of recidivist criminal history of these individuals and the horrific allegations that they have been charged with. Mm-hmm. So when you hear both the existing, sort of in its simply zombie resurrected form, mainstream media and Hollywood sobbing hysterically over this, you can make 2 points to them. Number one, where were their tears during the prior 4 years when women and children were disproportionately murdered, raped, and affected by the lax border policies? And secondly, where were you crying hysterics when both Vice President Biden and President Obama deported illegal immigrants too? The reality is it's simply unfashionable, but for the majority of Americans, especially the 77 million that voted for Trump, the reality is they are saying thank you, and they're feeling a little bit more free in their own home cities, and certainly their dollars are going further.
And just to throw another one in, the sanctuary city defense has been completely blown up. Federal law supersedes local law, and you know, whatever moralizing some of these politicians do, it hadn't done damage. We did it anyway in New York, which was kind of the heart of it. I want to ask you something else, though. Let's see. More than a dozen of former special counsel Jack Smith's lawyers in the Justice Department were fired. So when I look at that as a non-lawyer, I say, elections have consequences. What do you think?
I will also say that participation in certain cases have consequences. As an attorney and as a former federal attorney, the reality is I don't know any client who would prefer a conflict of interest that their attorney held. So certainly for the commander-in-chief and the president, that those members of the DOJ serve at his pleasure, I'm not quite sure why they are trying to hang on so closely to following that particular boss's orders. And at the end of the day, not only A, have they been given choice and plum options for assignments that they have chosen to turn down, including the sanctuary city fights. But also, frankly, I think there needs to be a reckoning that many of them participated in quite questionable activities. That is the underlying pin for this rash of termination.
But there are illegalities in what they did.
That's right.
There were constitutional illegalities in what they did. And they'll probably never be held up for it, but there were. Well, and Trump has every reason to fire them, it seems to me.
Yeah.
I mean, shed no tears for this.
That's right. And that's why there is a subsequent and corollary investigation with this. It's not just step one, termination, and then it ends. The whole point is there is also an investigation being conducted into those questionable activities. So if I were the American people, I would be grateful my tax dollars are being stewarded appropriately. And also, again, that, sure, call it a purge and they're terrified. Some of them about the probationary aspect of 2 years. Welcome to the real world, right? You either show up and you put up, or you're gone.
Emily Compagno, the best of the best. Thank you ever so much. Really terrific stuff.
Thank you.
You can catch Emily on Outnumbered, along with her co-hosts, Harris, Faulkner, Kaylee, McEnany, weekdays, 12 p.m. Eastern on Fox News. I've shown up there a couple times myself. It's a fabulous show.